One of the things that I have to deal with when using no poisons, or anything like that, is of course the weeds. My friends that get too rowdy, but they have their properties, right? Now, this particular weed, as some people would look at it, this whole pile of them here, except for that poke salad right there, or pokeberry, these are wild lettuce. They grow very tall, very straight, and they make an excellent resource. Here's a little poke salad to put in that mix. My sunchokes have pretty much all come up now. If they were going to come up, they're up. Including this one right here that the cats got into. That one is finally coming up too. So I can take that stake out. Yeah, the cats are causing me problems around here. What I'm going to do is use nature to help me, as I try to do with everything. These stalks of wild lettuce will go right down in there. Look at that. Look at how neat that is. This will go right down in there and cover up any weeds that are trying to get sunlight. I don't have anything planted in between here on this side. Look at that. Powerful, powerful mulch right there. It's going to block out the sun, choke out the weeds. I've got one that's got a stalk right there. I need to break off this seed head. But, see, that's no good. We don't want that coming to fruition. Yeah, so there's an old saying that, nature, for every problem that nature may give you, she also provides a solution. And most of the time it's close by. I've heard that an awful lot of times, and I've seen it to be true. But you've got to look at things in a different way. There's no way anything's going to survive up under there for me to have to do a whole lot. There'll be a few things, but not much. When these sunchokes completely come on out, they'll block out the sun. But look at the intrinsic properties of something. It's long and straight, that makes, boom, some real quick, easy mulch. Another thing about wild lettuce, and the stalk that it grows, it's also a wild edible. And it has some amazing properties to it. It's been miscalled wild or opium lettuce for a while now. And that's kind of it's a misnomer. There's no opium in it, but it's used as painkiller. You can use that as a natural way to relieve pain, and they say that it is as powerful as an opiate drug. So I don't have any major pain issues except for weeds and cats in my sunchoke bed. So I'm fortunate with that. But look it up. Look up wild lettuce and what it can do for you, and see for yourself. Always do your own research. That's one thing I'm doing today. One of the most often questions out there surrounding gardening and things is, what do you do to get rid of poison ivy? The best thing to do, the most effective method, is to pull it up by the roots. You can poison it, but I don't do that. You can burn it. That works pretty good, but those roots are under the ground. And, so it can be burned out. Get you a flamethrower. They sell those. I've used them. They're fun. That works. I don't know how long-term effective they are. They are very resistant to being killed out with vinegar. I can tell you that. I have sprayed them with gallons of vinegar, and they keep coming back. One of the most powerful things you'll have to deal with. But pulling them out of the ground as soon as you see them is one of the best things. Here's my little stump. I dug these up when I was weeding out here the other day, I set them up here on this stump, and I have replaced an offering of fresh weeds on that stump. Now and I pulled them from right here. So we're just gonna swap out that little thing. The weeds I pulled up from somewhere else, I'll put right down there. Letting nature help me, providing me with mulch, putting the nutrients back in the soil right where they are. That's what I'll do. The only thing that I deal with harshly are seed heads that I don't want growing around here, and invasive species of roots like the devil's walking stick or the sumac. I get rid of those. Letting nature help me at every turn. That's how I garden. Well, now I'm over here in the heirloom garlic that I've got, that I planted in here. Y'all saw me do that a while back. Just doing a little weeding, you know, just pulling it up. And this is a good time to re-emphasize why you really want to get in there and do a thorough job of getting those roots out. These look like individual plants. I promise you, these they came up from either a part of a root or a tiny little runner that went up under the soil. And these are the devil's walking sticks. They send their runners out far and wide. Thankfully, they're not that deep, and they can be pulled up easily, especially when you get them young. And you see that? These roots up under here are terrible. And see where they're going? All up underneath, going all up underneath my garlic there. So I've dislodged this one. Just gonna put it right back in there. Y'all can't see half of what I'm showing you, I know. I'm sorry. Now, I'll do that off camera, or will I? You want to get as many roots out of anything that you're wanting to do hugelkultur with. Any type of grow beds. This around my tree here, I know that I didn't dig up quite well enough. And so they keep coming back. Like this one over here, this big one. Like this little one right here. Okay? Look at that. The winds have done a lot of damage to what I was hoping to get for my plum tree. I was hoping to get a lot of plums off of this, but the winds knocked most of it down. That's another reason why I want to do espalier with my fruit trees. Keep them low. Keep them to where they can be picked easily. Keep the wind from having a giant sail to knock off everything. If I keep them low, I won't have to worry about frost as much, because I can do something to cover them up easier if they're low. So there's a few things. Espalier is a wonderful way of growing your fruit trees, many other things. And get rid of your roots before you make a grow bed. Another thing I'm going to try to help me with my little problem with the cat is pine cones. I was going to use some devil's walking sticks in here because they've got those wonderful thorns that like to stick in us, like that knuckle right there. A cat is not going to want to step on those, but the thorns are so far apart, may not help too much. So I'm going to try pine cones in here. Pine cones, maybe the cats will get in here and feel that first poke, and they'll say, hey, no, they've got this bad mind. We're not going to come in here. Maybe it'll cause us some problems. The little boogers that got in here and used this as their personal restroom, dislodged a bunch of my beets in here. There's other methods. I could take hardware cloth and cover over it, leaving a few inches up above the beds. There's ways that you can mitigate it 100%. I'm going to use pine cones. hardware cloth or anything like that wouldn't hurt. It's going to be basically organic or almost organic, man-made, but it's not going to do a whole lot to your food. So you can use man-made things, but those are things that have to be bought. I search for ways to do things where it doesn't cost me any money. That adds up at the end of the day and at the end of the month, the year, and the life. For not only you and your family. Look for ways that you can cut corners and do things in a natural way. Let nature help you. Look for substitutions. Look for things that she's already doing. I've lined that up, and cats are delicate walkers. They can definitely avoid these pine cones and get in here and do their thing and scratch it up again. They can. I may bring back the lattice work, a lattice work to protect it of the poles I have right there. I was going to make a few more little natural tips, and I was going to talk to you about strawberries, but I think what I'll do tomorrow, I think I'll have another episode just for the strawberries. I've got some really neat things I'm going to show you. Well, some ideas, some tips and tricks for strawberries, things that people may not understand, may not know, or have ever heard. And one neat idea that I've used back in the fall. And this year I'm going to be able to start it off from the spring and see how well it works. Get a full growing season out of it. Yeah, so tomorrow will be a few tips on strawberries, and hope to see you back. But for today, I thank you for watching, and from Homestead Aquarius and Team Will It Grow, I hope you have a great day. Come back and see us. Check out Shed Wars. Come join me over on Facebook at Homestead Aquarius Network. I will leave a link in the description. Anybody that wants to join me over there, I'll see you. Y'all be good.